Radio Raheem here with Justin Fortune at Wildcard Gym. You may not remember we met for the first time many years ago. It's fun to have you back here behind the desk in Manny Pacquiao's corner where you should be. You've been in the Philippines where I'm sure you love to visit.
Yeah, that's nice.
How has camp been? And before Freddie left, he talked about him being upset or worried that Manny wasn't focused, that the energy wasn't there, and you guys both headed off to the Philippines. What kind of Manny did you encounter when you got there, and how did you change?
No, he found a good Manny. He's like, his training, his sparring was much more aggressive this time. He's very fit. He's always comes in shape, always trains very hard. Most of the difference was in his sparring. It was just aggressive. I think Manny's wants to prove a point this fight, and I don't see the fight going past 6.
He's fighting a younger guy. I mean, at this stage in his career, he'll be fighting mostly younger guys probably. So when it comes to conditioning, which is your purview, is that always a consideration? Is age always a factor, or is this the kind of fighter where it doesn't actually matter?
Manny's a freak as far as that goes. So yeah, it definitely plays into it though. You sort of have to be smarter than going out full speed ahead like you were when you were 23. So yeah, but his recuperative powers are amazing. He does a crazy metabolism and an amazing amount of energy. I'm not just saying that because I know him. The guy's he's a fucking freak athlete. We won't see another Pacquiao, not in our lifetime.
Freddie says he'd like to see Manny fight maybe only 1 or 2 more fights. Knowing, like you said, him for so long and what he has in the tank, if anybody knows it's you, what do you think those matchups should be for him? And will we see a Manny Pacquiao score a knockout again before it's all over?
Yeah, but knockouts are tough. You fight at top level. This is the top of the game. So, the guys don't want to get knocked out. So it's a little hard to come by. But Manny's quite capable, well and truly capable. If he wants to put the gas on, then yeah, he could knock out Vargas for sure. He can knock out Floyd too if he really wants to try. As far as his next 2 fights, yeah, a couple more fights. I know he's concentrating a lot on the Senate now. That's his big interest. I don't know, Canelo, Floyd, who knows?
What about Crawford? Like, it was talked about Crawford being the opponent this time. They say Freddie didn't want that fight right now. How do you see that matchup, and where would Pacquiao's strengths be with a younger, sharp fighter like Crawford?
Manny's too fast and too strong and too experienced. Crawford's not there yet. He's not at that level yet, not by a long shot. So I don't see that. I think Manny wins that fight all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
Another hard worker that you've got in your camp is Denis Lebedev. He's Lebedev. See how I do that?
Russian name?
That's all I'm saying is I'm good at this. He's facing Gassiev. And this is, a lot of people consider a pick'em fight. Maybe one guy outworks the other. Talk to me about how he's preparing for this matchups and where his edges are.
Denis is, it's a pretty even fight. They're both big punches. Gassiev obviously has the age, but Denis has a great work ethic. It's a pick'em fight, that one. It's a tough fight.
If the fight ends up being inside, which is probably where you want it to be, how do you make sure that 2 big lumbering guys like this, that your guy outworks the other, still has mustard on his shots late in the fight? An inside fight, it can be taxing, especially for big guys. What's the strategy there to make sure?
You would just make sure he's now the fighter, because Gassiev's 6'3", so he'll try and keep him at range. So now Denis becomes the fighter. So he has to do twice as much work, because you have to do twice as much work to move inside and and get your work accomplished. So yeah, he has to be twice as fit as we've always been, which is not hard for Denis. It's hard, but he trains very, very hard. He realizes that. He knows the story. So yeah, that's the deal. I fought everyone who was taller than me, so I had to do twice as much work to get inside and then do my job. So it's just the same thing. You're now the fighter.
You've made your name in the heavyweight division as a fighter yourself. There's quite a bit of interest in this division finally after quite some time. Let me run you through the heavyweight division.
Oh, really? Who's interested in that? I'm not sure it's fucking interested in it.
Well,
it's disgraceful. Come on, man.
You think the heavyweight division is disgraceful right now?
Come on. Who do you think's good?
I mean, we got Anthony Joshua's in the heavyweight division, Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, fight Klitschko. If someone pulls out, someone pulls out. Ortiz is a good fighter. He's dangerous, but he's a little bit older, but he's a good fighter. Parker's going to fight Ruiz down in New Zealand, and it's like, really, dude?
I mean, Deontay Wilder's coming off an injury.
Deontay Wilder's coming off an injury. That's unfortunate because, he's I wasn't a big Deontay fan, but during the last 4 fights, he's improved immensely. He's a very, very good, dangerous guy. He's good. I like watching Deontay fight. Other than that, really?
So of these guys, even though you're not thrilled about the division itself right now, of these guys, someone's going to be heavyweight champion, probably unified heavyweight champion. Who do you think that will be?
I hope it's Deontay Wilder. To me, he's got the gifts to do it, for sure. Other than that, no.
You think Fury fights again? I mean, I'm sure you're aware of all of these.
I mean, really, who cares? Dude, the guy's fucking embarrassing. Give me a break. I mean, so who cares?
We may have seen Klitschko and Joshua. That seemed to be maybe a conversation away.
That just got pulled as well.
Right. So, again, I'm going to ask the same question. Do you think we see Klitschko in the ring again? And is this an issue of him not wanting to fight, or are these just really, really bad luck?
Probably really, really bad luck. He's getting a bit older. Things sort of break down a bit faster than they used to. I'd like to see Klitschko back in the ring because I think he has a point to prove after that, the thing with Fury. He's still never count an old dog down. He's got a lot of experience and he can really still bang. But my money's on Parker's there, but they keep Parker fighting in New Zealand all the time. So I think Wilder's was the one you got to look out for.
So you got Parker beating Joshua.
If Parker goes to Joshua's body, yeah, because Joshua's a headhunter, and Parker's got good body shots. He's a good sort of all-round fighter, but it's an interesting fight. I'm backing Parker on that one.
Let me bring it down.
What happened? Because Eddie Hearn will keep him fucking protected like in cotton wool. That's like what he does, man. So otherwise they'll be fighting over here, or they'll be fighting each other instead of talking shit and like, oh well, this fight got pulled. I want to wait for this guy. No, I want to wait for that guy. It's like, dude, heavyweights used to fight each other. That's what we used to do. I mean, that's why.
Well, hopefully with all these vacated titles, we'll get some kind of round robin, some kind of pseudo tournament, something these guys might actually wind up strapping.
Listen, if they really wanted to fight each other, they'd make the fucking deal and fight. And stop pussing around, not blaming one guy, blaming this or blaming that. If you really wanted to fight, you'd fight. I mean, Jesus, but the 90s were like everyone fought everyone. That's what you did because you called yourself a fighter. So you want to fight him, fight him. And don't bullshit. Why would you fucking bullshit? Oh, I did this, or I'm on coke, or so fuck off, dude. That's why people lose interest in the heavyweight division. And we need a heavyweight to bring boxing back, give it a bit more life. You know what I mean? Because with the exciting heavyweight, then boxing lives again. The little guys, they keep boxing where it is. Once Manny goes, what do we got? You know what I mean?
One guy who never, in his own words, bullshitted around. You are definitely a fighter.
Bullshit a lot.
Not in the ring, though. Yeah, as soon as his camera goes off, forget about it. But, thanks for the time, man. I hope that the heavyweight division doesn't have the fate that you predict.
And so do I. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're heavyweights. I was a heavyweight. I love that division. But just fight each other, for God's sake.
Well, before I let you go, there is one fight that did get made. Obviously, Kovalev-Ward. We're getting close now. Have your thoughts about that solidified? You have a winner?
I don't know. Kovalev's fucking strong as shit. And on Ward's last outing, I got to back Kovalev. I mean, unless that was the greatest acting job ever, I think that Kovalev just Ward can't punch that hard. Kovalev can, and means a hell of a lot.
Radio Raheem with Justin Fortune here at Wildcard Boxing Gym. It's been a long time, and every time I talk to you, it's a pleasure.
Why are you yelling?
Because you never know who's listening. And if they're not, I want to make sure that they are. Radio Raheem with Justin Fortune.